let's talk about this brush cutter. I got it a couple weeks ago. Got about 15 hours or so use out of it. This is a Express Steel brand. Found them on eBay. This thing's a hoss. So I'm running the skid steer's Takeuchi TL8, about 74, 75 horsepower, flows something like 18, 19 gallons a minute. This is a low flow brush cutter, so specifically low flow. This is the 72-inch heavy duty. I think there's another one, XE or something like that, that's got some carbide bits into the flywheel. I didn't need that, I just needed a good brush cutter. This is a direct drive unit. I got the hydraulic hoses, go straight to the machine. Nice 3/4 inch hoses, they've been holding up well. Comes with this sheathing. Of course the briars got to it a little bit, but that's what it's for. It's a direct drive unit, so you got the motor right there. There's a pressure relief valve with some adjustments, I guess, and the carrier down here. I've been very impressed with this model. Very heavy duty, nice thick steel, solid. Welding looks great. Lots of reinforcements. Nice, good, long supports here. Good supports where everything ties together to the machine. Nice and sturdy, real thick. This thing weighs about 1,500 pounds, so it's quite a bit of weight. As you can see, I've been putting this thing through its paces. This will chop some stuff down. I think it's rated for 7 or 8 inches. I don't think I've cut anything that big with it, but I think it would do it. So the setup with my machine, I got the hoses there, and I've got two-way flow or one-way flow, that's an option, and detent mode. Let me show you how that works. Three blades, they swing freely, just like a brush cutter, just like a bush hog. Now the benefit with this machine, blades will cut both directions, one way and the other. So this is a proportional switch. You can do just a little bit, you can do a little bit more, or the full speed. In this mode, the engine will brake, so it'll just stop. You heard that little squeaking, clicking sound. That's the pressure relief valve. Now, when we go to detent mode, there we go. It allows these buttons to click in place, and it stays on. But as you can see in the Takeuchi, alright then. But as you see in this Takeuchi, only the left button makes it stay on. It won't stay on using this. It'll just come to a stop. So what I end up doing is put detent mode and one-way flow. There we go. Now, same thing happens. But when I bring it to a stop, it's not such a violent, abrupt stop. It allows the thing to just spool down a little bit. You could hear the pressure relief valve doing its job. And for me, that works much better. So that's the reason that dual direction blades aren't a big deal for me, because I can really only run the machine in one direction for cutting. Now, whenever time comes where I've completely wore out one side of the blades, I'm just going to switch those two hydraulic hoses around and have the thing go in the opposite direction and give me twice the blade life. So, really, it's a good feature. Now, if your machine allows for continuous cutting both directions, then hey, go for it. are the blades. So just for comparison, the size of the blades, they do swing free on these pivot bolts. And as you can see up here, I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's the opening. You just pop that cover out so you can put your huge socket when it's time to change these out. Now you can see I've put these to work already. I've actually sharpened them once, and like I said, this is about 15 hours, and 15 hours of some very rough cutting. I'm talking about, there's rocks in the ground here, there's this thing was sparking and chopping down stuff, but they're holding up okay. There's some kind of a hardened material. I don't know if they are AR or not, but it's a hardened material. The nice thing about these blades is they come pretty close to the ground. Whenever you're back dragging, they're pretty close to the ground where you can really mulch things up nice and well if you want to spend the time doing that. Now let's touch up these blades and get to work. Just using a little clamp here just to keep this thing from spinning around too much, and a cordless grinder. This does just fine. This one's not too bad. We'll still touch it up a little bit. Now you don't want to grind the bottom too much. You want to keep the bottom pretty flat. Just give it a little touch because there's some bumps here and there. But just give this thing a little touch up. So some of the things I like about the machine, nice and stout, heavy duty, good thick metal, It has the 3 blades, which I like better than some of those other cheaper 2-blade cutters. Heavy duty rated for 8 inches. Good hydraulic hoses, direct drive, so no gearboxes to mess around with. Cuts really well. The machine handles it just fine. It does weigh about 1,500 pounds or so, but it handles it perfect. No issues there. They do have these nice step-ups here for you on each side, of course, on that side specifically, so easy to get in and out, especially with the grab handle. No problem there. The things that I don't much care for, or at least it used to be an issue, number one, this pressure relief valve. Knowing about this machine, what I know now, I think for me, cutter that goes one direction would have been just fine, because whenever this is running, or at least it used to be a problem, but when this was running and you lifted up the boom and you weren't at max throttle, it would start squealing. The pressure relief valve would squeal a lot. I called the manufacturer, asked them, hey, this is normal, is this okay, am I breaking something? They said no, this is perfectly fine. And I found that after about 5 or 6 hours, the noise level went down a lot. So you can kind of hear it's happening, but you don't really pay attention to it anymore. Before, when it was still new, this would squeal quite a bit in that configuration. Now, if I ran it in maximum RPM, which is what you're supposed to do, it was much less noticeable, because what happened is there was a reduction of hydraulic fluid going to the attachment. The machine was prioritizing the bucket and boom function over the auxiliary flow, which is fine. But if I had a max throttle, it wasn't an issue. But a lot of times I'll only run at about 3/4 throttle, saving a little bit of fuel. This thing cuts so well, it doesn't really need it unless I'm cutting big thick stuff. And when it's not at full speed, it doesn't throw the debris out as much. But you know, no big deal. All right, another thing that happened with this, and this cover here, I'm guessing due to vibration, 2 of the bolts sheared off. I don't know if you can really tell. Can't really tell now, but as soon as that happened, there was definitely some fatigue there. So the bolt was already semi-broken or sheared. Probably whoever put this on put one too many ugga-duggas, and caused that bolt to get stressed. I don't know what kind of bolt it is. Maybe a grade 3. I have no clue. But I get to drill this out and fix it. So that's kind of annoying, but no big deal. Overall, very happy. I love it. This thing does great work. Takes care of the brush, takes care of the trees, cleans up real nice. Overall, great machine. So like I said before, this is not a sponsored video. I paid for this thing myself. I bought it. I chose to get it. Just noticed there wasn't any independent information about it. So I like this cutter so much, I decided to do a video about it. Now, I found these guys on Facebook. No. I found these guys on eBay. Yeah. I was searching around, trying to find all kinds of different stuff. I didn't want to spend the money on the big name brand companies, you know, Blue Diamond or whatever. Those cutters were quite a bit up there, and I'm just a property owner. I don't do this for work, so I didn't want to spend that much money on the cutter. There was another company I was looking at. Theirs is very similar, but they had a couple other things, like the one-way rotation in a disc flywheel, which, you know, advantages or disadvantages depending on what you want. But those guys were about 8 weeks out, and I didn't want to wait that long. Now, Express Steel, they were good to work with. Like I said, I found them on eBay, but they also have their own website and they sell their own products. So I decided to give those guys a call. Turns out they were having a 10% off sale in March. So I got lucky on that, jumped on the 10% sale, placed the order, and I'm close enough from the factory that I could just pick it up myself. So I had a buddy of mine go get the cutter for me. It was only about a 2.5 hour drive each way, so not too bad. Save $300 if it's worth your time, of course. Express Steel was good to work with. They arranged with the manufacturer, pick it up right from their location. They basically could do it the same day, but I scheduled it a couple days out. So real easy to work with. I'd say look them up, give them a call. This is not a sponsored video, so you know, nothing I can do for a coupon or anything like that, but definitely worth looking into. So what did I pay for this thing? I think on eBay it was just over 4,000, maybe 4,600 altogether. I'm not sure. Like I said, I got the 10% off, got it on sale. It was out the door $3,600 as is, like everything just like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give these guys 5 stars. Very happy with the cutter. The support was awesome. Live human being on the phone whenever you want to. Text message, real responsive via email or phone or text, whatever. Great customer service, great product. Super heavy duty, nice and stout. Does everything I wanted it to. And with the minor modification of when these blades completely wear out on one side, all I have to do is swap these 2 hoses, and now I have basically twice the life out of these blades. So super happy about that. Yeah, if you're looking for a cutter like this, I highly recommend this one. Express Steel, good company to work with, great products, very happy. 5-star review. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope this helps you in making your decision about Express Steel. If you had any bad workings with them or any other recommendations for a cutter, let me know. I'm interested to see what real life experience is out there. Leave a comment. I'll try to get back with you.